Welcome to the retirement celebration for Dr. Mark O. Kinlaw. He officially retired. I'm Randy Judkins, chair of our Board of Trustees. I'd like to recognize Dr. Kinlaw's family at this time. His wife Julia is here. Julia, stand. His daughter Ellen is here. His brother Jeffrey Kinlaw is here with his wife Jean. His father-in-law, Herman Edwards, is here. And his brother Eddie and sister-in-law Sharon Privet are here. So we will definitely get to them and make them feel really welcome later. So I'd like to also recognize my board, the Board of Trustees. Would you please stand just so they'll see you? And let's give them a hand. And as chair, I would like to stress this golf theme. I'm not a golfer, but my notes are golf themed. So here we go. Much like in golf, leadership is not just about power. It's about precision and patience and playing with integrity. After years of dedicated service to Rockingham Community College, our esteemed president, Dr. Mark Kinlaw, is heading to the 19th hole for a well-earned retirement filled with fairways, friendships, and hopefully very few sand traps. Having a steady hand, a sharp eye for opportunity, and an unwavering commitment to the long game, he has driven this college forward, never losing sight of the flag. As you enter this next chapter, Dr. Kinlaw, we hope that retirement brings the joy of long walks on the course, the satisfaction of a well-played round, and the freedom to take a few mulligans. Dr. Kinlaw, may your drives be long, your putts be true, and may you always find the fairways of happiness. God bless you, and thank you for your service to our college. And now I'd like to introduce Paul Farrar to represent the Rockingham Community College Foundation.
Good afternoon. I was asked to speak on the cuff here because our board president couldn't be here. However, what can I say about somebody I just met in a month or so? I can say wonderful things. You can tell when you come into a place how things are run by just the feeling you get when you walk in the door. And I always felt welcome the first time I came in here for the first interview. Though the first interview was a table full of people I didn't know, everybody asking questions, kind of a little nerve-wracking, but I was felt very comfortable by Dr. Kinlaw. He was one of the first ones I remember. I remember we had a conversation about how I taught history and how he was a history major as well. And we talked about that, and it just seemed like it was very easy. When I went home after the interview, my wife said, "How'd it go?" I said, "Well, I don't know, but everybody was so nice, and I enjoyed everybody I met down there." And I think that says volumes about his leadership, and I think that whoever comes here after him is going to have some big shoes to fill because of how he's made this college, the community here. And if you just look around the campus, I mean, a building like this, and all you can see his mark in 10 years, and it's a wonderful thing. So I hate to see you go, but I hope you have the best retirement. I hope you enjoy time with your family. Hopefully you'll get a chance to do some traveling, and on behalf of the Rockingham Community College Foundation, I just want to congratulate you and thank you so much for what you've done for me in my short time I've been here. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Please enjoy this video. Senator Phil Berger and Representative Reese Pirtle sent congratulations to Dr. Kinlaw. And following the video, we'll have Kevin Berger, our commissioner chair, to come, and he will be followed by Lance Messer.
Yes, and Dr. Kinlaw, you have advanced this school, this college, to something that I know 10 years ago, very few folks in this room could ever envision. What you have placed for the citizens of Rockingham County here will be a tremendous asset for years to come. We thank you for your 10 years of service. Now, Representative Pirtle and Senator Berger also sent something for you. It is a certificate of acknowledgement and congratulations that I'd like to read. Whereas Dr. Mark Kinlaw was selected to serve as president of Rockingham Community College in 2015, and whereas Dr. Mark Kinlaw focused on improving the teaching and learning environment of the college, including establishing the Teaching and Learning Center, renovating facilities, and the construction of the new Center for Workforce Development. And whereas Dr. Mark Kinlaw helped improve campus technology by upgrading classrooms and labs to promote more up-to-date instruction, and whereas Dr. Mark Kinlaw led the college as it achieved reaffirmed program and institutional accreditation. And whereas Dr. Mark Kinlaw gathered community support to secure tax funds to improve Rockingham Community College and the county for many generations to come. And whereas Dr. Mark Kinlaw dedicated 37 years to North Carolina Community College System and 40 years with the state of North Carolina, and whereas Dr. Mark Kinlaw executed his duties thoroughly and with high degree of dedication for the entirety of his service to the county. Now, therefore, this 18th day of February 2025, and it is signed by Senator Berger and Representative Pirtle. So if you would come forward so we can present this to you.
Okay, I'm supposed to be Lance Messer, your county manager now, but actually I'm going to be Lee Cochran. Lee Cochran was supposed to be on the agenda today. She couldn't come today, so I'm going to read what she had written. I'm not as pretty as she is, but I will try my best. I'm truly disappointed that I can't be there in person to celebrate your well-deserved retirement. From the moment I met you in 2019, you've been an incredible partner and collaborator, always recognizing that a strong workforce is the foundation of successful economic development. Your dedication to establishing the Workforce Development Center, securing state recognition for continuing education, and certificate programs with FTE reimbursements, and expanding college access in our high schools will leave an everlasting impact on Rockingham County for generations to come. I'm grateful for your leadership and friendship, and I hope your retirement is filled with endless rounds of amazing golf and well-earned relaxation. Wishing you all the best, Lee Cochran. And give her a round of applause. Now I'm Lance Messer, your county manager, and I will address Dr. Kinlaw. I've known him for quite some time. Again, thank you for joining us here today. Wishing Dr. Kinlaw a very happy retirement. I've had the opportunity to know and work with Mark for over 10 years. We developed a good working relationship. He worked very hard with organizing a community group to get the quarter-cent sales tax passed in May of 2018. This led to this wonderful facility that we have here today. Mark championed a lot of numerous projects to improve the facility and its campus. Like you would want to be in a pleasant opportunity to learn and grow. Much like in our workforce, we want to make sure we have a place to really work and be a positive environment. and Mark's done a great job with here, with all the buildings. I think when I first came to the welding facility, it looked like you were entering the dungeon from hell. And so he was able to modify that, and it's a great facility now. Matter of fact, we have Caterpillar and a lot of these other large industries that come and get our folks all the time. So we appreciate all the hard work and effort he's done. Just to name a few, obviously this facility, the agribusiness facility, the new biology and chemistry lab in the science building, the Whitcomb Student Center, the library, the humanities building. By the way, those colors of the Whitcomb Center are very interesting. The cosmetology lab, so he can get his hair cut every week. Environments to the trails, a new outdoor exercise facility, the baseball field, again, the welding facility, and so much more. It kind of feels like I'm giving his eulogy, but I'm not, thank goodness. We worked with the county, the Regional Area Foundation, and schools to assist in phase 1 of Connect Rockingham County, which provided over 32 homes with access to high-speed internet. There are numerous projects that Mark worked on while he was serving RCC, and I wanted to personally thank him. We have quarterly meetings, which will be missed, but we have quarterly meetings once a month with he and the superintendent, just to talk about life, talk about our elected officials, talk about how everything's going. Most of the time, Kevin, they were good comments. I was asked when I first got here, when Mark first got here, I was here a few years before he was, to play against him on the team in golf. And I respectfully declined because I know Mark could hit the sticks and he'll probably play for the GPA here soon. He and his wife will have plenty of time to spend with family and travel if he can get her to take a break. Of course, it's tax season right now, so eventually you guys will be able to take a break. But again, it's been an honor and a privilege to have worked with you, Mark, and Godspeed.
Good afternoon. First, I got permission to call him Mark. Secondly, when I saw him first thing this morning, I said, well, I practiced my comments at home before I came to work, and I cried. He was like, what? So, and each time I practice it today, I got a little choked up. So I hope I have all that out, okay? And I'm just going to give you comments. So if you know me, you know that speaking in front of this large group is really not my comfort zone. But I love Mark. I respect him. He's been an incredible mentor to me and a huge part of my community college career and my leadership journey. So here I am being uncomfortable. For those of you who may not know, Mark and I worked together at Robinson Community College. He was there 28 years. I was there 24. And for about 14 of those years, I was a department chair and assistant vice president. We worked in the same division. I was department chair, assistant vice president. And he was my vice president, chief academic officer. And I told his neighbors before we got started today that that's the longest relationship I've ever been in my life. You know, and to tack 8 more years on here, so I feel like we're divorcing or something at the end of the month. But I still remember the day that he brought us together at Robinson to tell us that he was leaving to become the president at Rockingham Community College. And several of us, and you won't know them, but he will, Tony Sacre, Connie Ivy, LaRonda Lowry, said, wow, we wish we could go with him. And incredibly, I had the opportunity to join him here in 2016 as his vice president for academic affairs. So when one of the board members said, hey, we want you to speak, and I was like, no, you don't. Okay. They thought that I could share a personal story, something funny, and share why I followed Mark to Rockingham Community College. And I get that a lot. I visit Robinson County more often than he does. I have 10 great nieces, nephews still there. And when I'm out in the community, when I'm visiting, they go, oh, where are you now? And I go, well, I'm at Rockingham Community College, north of Greensboro, Rockingham County. And before I can get all that out, they say, oh, you followed Mark. They know where you went, Mark. They don't know, they have no idea that I went, but I followed him, and I have not had 1 minute of regret. The funny stories are stories that I can't share. But last week, I really embarrassed myself, and every time I think about it, it cracks me up. But if you know Mark, you know that he likes professional-looking areas. Areas need to be organized, need to look collegiate, things need to be put away. 3 Fridays ago, I was off campus. We had a retirement association luncheon, and that group took a tour of the new building. And so he said, "Hey, Sheila, we were on that tour, and there were boxes laying in the back of the lab, and there were tools that have not been put away." And over the years, I have taken a lot of walks on this campus with a notepad, fix this, as have many in the audience. So he was going on about, it's a public building, it needs to be organized, it needs to be clean. And I know that group that's going to be here on Tuesday is going to want to tour the building. And I said, what group is going to be here Tuesday? I had this event for Wednesday, not Tuesday. Please tour this building because it looks good if you have not toured the building. But he sheepishly said, "Sheila, it's my retirement ceremony," and I was so embarrassed, and I am so sorry about that. There are many qualities that I admire about Mark. I'm going to pick 3 to kind of highlight, but he's a man of faith, and not because he tells you, but his actions and demeanor speak to that. He's a nice guy, and he is kind, and he is humble, and he gives his team credit for the wins. And when we don't quite get it right, he takes responsibility for that and supports us in correcting it. I can tell you that his leadership team trusts him because he listens, he supports, and he leads with honesty and integrity. The other thing I've always appreciated about Mark is his commitment to maintaining a strong work-life balance. Through our years working together, his love and devotion to his family are undeniable. He was a girl dad before it was a thing. I loved hearing stories about his daughters. I felt like I grew up with them. His oldest played tennis in high school. He never missed a match, and he'd come back to campus, and incredibly, he could remember points, sets. He could talk about other teams in the conference. He could play tennis. He's a natural athlete. He didn't know that. He could pick up any sport, I believe, and be successful at it. His youngest was a dancer, so there were dance recitals. There were dance competitions. And though he was a natural athlete, I never heard, Ellen, that he learned how to dance. She has videos. But that did not stop him from sharing with me, with the team, how proud he was of his daughters and how athletic, how strong dancers had to be. He admired the choreography, the outfits, and it was just really nice to hear a male talk so gently about dancing. So, when his oldest daughter, Tatum, went to USC, Mark became a Gamecock fan. Tailgating, football games, wore USC swag. When his youngest daughter packed up and went to Ole Miss, he embraced being a Rebels fan, wore the swag, made a lot of plane trips to Oxford. And then there are the family trips. How many times have you guys been to Disney? Yes. Caribbean cruises, and lately it sounded like they had a fantastic Christmas trip to New York City. But when Mark talks about these experiences with his family, the joy and love for his family is very obvious. The final quality I appreciate is his common sense approach. He's never too high, he's never too low. John Wooden, a pretty good basketball coach at UCLA, said that you're going to receive a large amount of praise and criticism in leadership, and you should not be unduly affected by either. And leadership is this journey marked by praise and a lot of criticism. And a true leader has to navigate both with balance, integrity, and humility. Mark's leadership style reflected his ability to manage both praise and criticism with a calm, common sense approach. He was not quick to react or make hasty decisions. He solicited his team's input. He was contemplative and made informed decisions. His educational preparation was rooted in the arts. He was a history major, but he had a keen business sense that I think influenced his role as president here. You've heard about the quarter-cent sales tax. His persistence, his determination with strategic community members to get that quarter-cent sales tax on a May ballot and get it approved, that resulted in the construction of this amazing building. But the key thing, and I think sometimes we forget that quarter-cent sales tax, it's going to create a revenue for this institution to do great things in workforce development. Programs that we have not thought of, we will have a revenue to develop that. We will maintain this building and the equipment all over campus because we have a steady revenue stream. And that's Mark's business sense. That's Mark's tenacity and vision. I think Mark's legacy at this institution will be the transformation of our college campus grounds, the physical infrastructure. Under his leadership, some type of renovation, new furniture, and lots of new equipment upgrades have taken place. He understood, and I think most importantly, he helped others understand that the physical space is critical to student motivation and success. Modern industry standard equipment and workspaces inspire faculty to do better and to want more and to seek excellence. So my time with Mark has helped me realize that leadership's not about approval or avoiding criticism. It's about making the right decisions for our students with integrity and purpose, and knowing that those decisions will not always be popular. I think Mark realized early in his leadership journey that praise and criticism are fleeting, but the impact of leadership would be defined by the consistency of action, collaboration, and a commitment to the vision. So Mark, I will miss you. I will miss talking about how cold it is here. We had that conversation this morning, and how we long for 90-degree weather. I will miss hearing about your daughters and the details of the traveling adventures. I will miss your physical expressions. Now, he's a calm, cool, and collected guy, but you can get him behind doors, and he's very animated with his hands, and like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? And I love that about him, and I feel privileged that I get to see that side of him. I'll miss our conversations about the state of college basketball and how we missed the game that we played, a game of strategy, a game where everyone had a role. And great teams are great because everyone understood their role and everyone executed their role day in and day out. I'll miss our conversations about the bad officiating in college basketball. And I'll really miss our conversations about the Tar Heels and their fans. He and I are not Tar Heel fans. I don't know who I will talk to on this campus. But Mark, I don't know what's next for you. But keep me close, keep my number. I have no regrets about following you here. And I will certainly entertain a decision to follow you someplace else. It has been an absolute honor to be on this journey with you. Thank you. So I have one more thing to do. On behalf of the faculty, we would like to present you with a gift. And I wish I could take credit for the idea, but it was your wife, Julia's idea. So give her some kudos, buy her something. But the gift is a mixed media architectural drawing of our Center for Workforce Development. In my opinion, this building would not exist without your persistence and your vision and leadership. And at Julia's suggestion, I reached out to an art faculty to see if there was a student in our Associate in Fine Arts Visual Arts program that could create a unique piece of work. And the student selected for this project has a journey that really reflects, I think, the spirit of our community college system. Jonathan Hart, who likes to go by John, and he's here today, you're going to get to meet him, first enrolled in RCC in 2015-16. But he had to step away from education due to life challenges. In 23, he returned to the AFA program and is now on track to graduate this year. So John has a full-time job, he's a personal caregiver, he's a husband, he's a student, and that story, working students, I started, I had to step out, I'm coming back, really is the spirit of our system. Our fine arts program is designed for students to transfer into four-year programs to major in art. But it also prepares students to enter the workforce, and they can work as studio artists, designers, or creative entrepreneurs. So John's professional goal is to become a full-time studio artist focused on commissioned work. And our faculty, our art faculty, have been working with him to develop a career plan that includes goals for building his portfolio and securing commissions for his work. So we are incredibly pleased and proud to be John's first official commission with his artwork for the Center for Workforce Development. So John, if you would come up, pull the cover off the photograph and deliver it to Dr. Kinlaw. Now I'm finished.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and especially Dr. Kinlaw. My name is Charles Rakeshaw. I am Vice Chair of the Trustees, and I am thrilled to present a resolution in Dr. Kinlaw's honor. And I'm going to go over just a few of the highlights of this resolution. Number one, Dr. Kinlaw was a strong advocate for the Connect NC bond referendum that brought over $6.8 million to the community college. Secondly, Dr. Kinlaw led the effort to pass a local quarter-cent sales tax referendum in May 2018, which brought much-needed revenue for new construction and renovations to Rockingham Community College. Moreover, Dr. Kinlaw championed the construction and renovation of numerous facilities throughout our campus, including construction of this beautiful Workforce Development Center. He championed the new biology and chemistry labs in the science building, the renovation of the Industrial Technologies building for welding, the Whitcomb Student Center renovation, the Gerald B. James Library renovation, and I could go on. I'm just mentioning a few of the highlights. Dr. Kinlaw, on behalf of the trustees, we express our sincere appreciation for exemplary leadership, dedication, and loyal service to Rockingham Community College for 10 years. We hope this resolution will inspire future leaders to make similar contributions for the benefit of Rockingham County and our college. Dr. Kinlaw, congratulations on your retirement. I hope you go out and make plenty of eagles and birdies. I'm now going to invite Randy and Paul to join me.
I'd like to invite Julia and Dr. Kinlaw to come. Come on again, Julia. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees and the foundation, we'd like to present him with this check. But Julia, Sheila said for him to buy you something. So here you go.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so
Now,
much.
we'd like Julia to make a few comments and then followed by Dr. Kinlaw's comments.
Well, first of all, wow, 10 years. That surely went by fast for us. And a lot can really happen in 10 years. We left our home from where we lived our entire lives and set out for an adventure here in Rockingham County. And we did not know what to expect, but I can tell you it has been 10 years full of learning, growth, new friends, and new adventures. Experiences that we will cherish for years to come. For it is in these moments when we step outside of our area of comfort and safety that we learn and grow. Andre Gide said, "Man cannot discover new oceans unless he has the courage to lose sight of the shore." We love the Triad and we love our new friends, and we look forward to continuing our journey here. We also look forward to continuing to support this local college and this community. On behalf of the Kinlaw family, I would like to say thank you to the board, the faculty and staff, the students of this college, including the College Foundation. Thank you for the support you have shown to Mark these past 10 years. He is certainly a man of integrity and grit with a heart of compassion and understanding. He is very deserving of this recognition. We are all very proud of him and the work he has done here. His main goal has always been to do what is best for the students. He wanted this college to prosper, to excel. He wanted a place where you all would be proud to work and learn. And we feel he has certainly done all of these things and done them well. We are proud of you, Mark, and we can't wait to see what your next adventure brings for you, as we will always be your source of support and encouragement. Congratulations.
Well, I was doing okay until that. Sheila knows me way too well. I had some comments I was going to make, and Sheila took a lot of it. I'm a bit overwhelmed today, to say the least. I don't feel like I deserve all of this, but I can't thank all of you enough. One thing I do need to do, I'd be certainly remiss if I didn't. I know what it takes to plan all of these events. I'm usually in the middle of planning all of these things. And we have a committee and a group on this campus that does a lot of this, but I want to thank all of you that have been involved in making this possible. I really appreciate it. If you'll please give them a hand for what they do. I wasn't all that worried about coming over here, and I knew most of the people that were going to be here, but then there's some here that I was not counting on. I did not know were going to be here. I got some people, some guys that I grew up with that mean the world to me, that they came from high school, very close friends of mine. And then I got really worried when I saw my college roommate show up, and he said he's going to be on the program. That would not have been good. So, but I do appreciate all of you being here. You've all played a part in helping me to be successful and to have a wonderful career. You know, whether you're work here or whether you're in my past, it's just, you've all been supportive, and I can't thank you enough. But you know, when you get to this point, I've taken a few minutes over the last several weeks, and I've taken a look back and looking at my journey. And I started in the Robeson County school system as a teacher, and I'll never forget January the 22nd, 1988. It was a Friday afternoon, and it was my last day at the high school there. I was at West Robeson High School, now Purnell Sweat High School, and Sheila knows that high school well. And I was in the principal's office at the end of the day. We were just talking. It was my last day, and the assistant walked by, assistant principal. He saw me sitting there, and he said, Mark, he said, hate to see you leaving, you know, congratulations, we're going to miss you. And his name was Mike, and, you know, and then he said something to me I never forgot, and then I never forgot what I said back to him. He said, Mark, this could be a really good career move for you. And I said, Mike, I appreciate it. I don't know, but we'll see. And I just had no idea. If you told me that day, and I started the following Monday at Robinson Community College, and I was there 27 years. If you had told me that day that my career was going to take the path that it's taken, that I'd be standing here, I would have never believed you in a million years. So left there, went to Robinson Community College, spent 27 years there in various capacities. As Sheila said, I was a vice president my last 14 years. Had a lot of great experiences there, and then made the journey up here. And it's just been a great ride here for a lot of reasons, and I'll mention a few in just a little while, in just a couple of minutes. We've accomplished a lot here. We've accomplished a whole lot. And the state of the college I think it's in a really good position going forward. And it's not because of me. I mean, I know I've been in a leadership position, but I'm telling you, it's the faculty and staff here and the Board of Trustees and our foundation in this community. And one thing I would like to do, I would like for our faculty and staff to please stand so you can recognize them, because they are some really good people. Please stand. Thank you. So 40 years with the state, 37 in the community college system, and 10 years as president. It's been a long journey. And so I thought also, why have I had a rewarding career? What's helped me to be successful? And I thought of three things basically, and Sheila touched on some of them. I've had a lot of help. I've had a lot of help along the way. At the high school where I started, I had four guys in particular. Where I started is, at that high school, was 85% Native American students, and about 85 to 90% Native American faculty and staff. And so I went into that environment, and I had four guys there. They were about 20 years older than me at the time. I was 24 years old. That took me in, and it was just a great experience, and they really helped me to get started with my career. Then I went to Robinson Community College, and I had three gentlemen there, two presidents and a vice president that really saw something in me, and they helped me quite a bit, and they really impacted my career. And then I came here. And just the support that's here, the Board of Trustees, I'm telling you, this is the best Board of Trustees you could ever work for. They're fabulous. Our foundation board, all the faculty and staff, the county government, all of these folks that are here have just been a big support network. Then I've even got, my neighbors are here. They're sitting right here. Kathy and Sandy they've been fabulous. Julie and I love them to death, and they've just been such a support for us. And then I've got some Sunday school friends here. They're out sitting here. That kind of support network has been so helpful to us. And I've got some of my golf group here, and really pleased that they came. And we got about 22, 23 of us that play golf, and so they're happy I'm retiring because I'm going to be able to play a little bit more golf with them. So that gives them a better chance to take more of my money, which they're really good at doing. And so, but I'm going to get my game right, guys. I'm coming, so we'll see. But I appreciate them being here. But I just thank you for all the network of support that I've had in my career. And I just, some of the friends I've had and the friends I've met here have been so supportive. The second thing is I've worked with great people throughout my career, some of the very best people I've ever met in my life. They get up to work every day. They come to work for the right reasons, to try to help students. And this college has great faculty and staff. So did Robinson, and so did that high school where I was. And so that's been a big part of me. I've been very fortunate to have been in good places where good people work hard and try to make a difference. And then the last one is, and Sheila touched on this, I think I've gotten this part right. I've had good balance in my life. Julia and I grew up in Christian homes, and we had fabulous parents. Julia's dad is here. And faith and church was very important to us, and it still is. But that helped keep me grounded. It kept me focused on what's important, and that's been a big part of our lives. And that's brought that has helped with balance in my life. And then, what do you say about a family support? I married into a great family. Last year was a tough year for us. Julia lost her mom. I lost my dad. My mom died 19 years ago. But I've had a network of family that has been so supportive, and they were all introduced to you a little earlier. And I can't thank y'all enough for making the drive up here to be here. And they have just having that family support has been so important for me. And see, and then as I get to the last part, I never lived to work. I worked to live. And I don't mean that work's not important. There are days when it's number one. There are weeks when it's number one. If you're going through a reaffirmation of accreditation, it's number one, I promise you. But I've tried to keep that focus. I've tried to work hard, but at the same time, there's more to life than that. And I try to tell faculty and staff that, take your vacation, spend time with your family, all those types of things. But I didn't miss tennis matches. I didn't miss soccer games. I didn't miss the dance competitions. I didn't miss the gymnastics meets, the church and school activities that our kids were involved in. I didn't miss those. And I was lucky to work for employers that understood that. And I always had a happy home to go home to. And I've got a wonderful wife, two beautiful kids. They're not kids anymore, they're grown women now, but and I think my oldest is on the call. She's in New Orleans. And they have just been such a support for me. My wife has been there almost 37 years now. She's been my support the whole time, and she has really been there for me, and I can't thank her enough for always being there and keeping me grounded, keeping me focused on the right things. But it means a lot to go home to a happy place, and I always had that. And that has really helped me to be successful. And these things have brought balance to my life, and I think that's why I've been able to enjoy the work, but also being able to get away once in a while. Yeah, and I had an outlet. Golf was my outlet, and that helps too. But I think the faith and the family, that has been what's helped me to have a good, really a rewarding career. So a lot of people have asked me, what are your plans? I don't know yet. I still want to work some. I'm looking to do some things. I'll just have to see what that looks like. I've been told not to rush into it. I'm going to take my time. Julie and I have really started traveling some more. We've taken our kids all over the place, and we'll continue to do that. We took them to New York during December, and we enjoy doing that. But we look forward to traveling more, and hopefully more family time and time with friends, and yeah, a little bit more golf. Hopefully that's going to be in the equation. But I can't thank y'all enough. I thank the world of all of you that are here, and I just wish the best for this college. I look forward to watching it continue to grow and prosper, because there's not many rural colleges in North Carolina that have the community support that this one does. We have a large foundation, and you got a 1/4-cent sales tax, so the next president coming in really has some assets, and you've got so much support here. And so I'm going to leave you with two words that I worked for a president at Robinson for 10 years. He came from Mississippi, and we just really worked very closely together. He had a big impact on my career. And anytime we would meet, we met a lot at work, and then we would talk on the phone, and even we text, and I still stay in touch with him. If I picked up the phone and called him now, he's going to leave me with the same two words at the end of that conversation. And first time he said it, I said, what is he talking about? Then I sort of understood why he kept leaving me with those two words. But I'll leave you with the same two words, and that's press on, RCC. Press on. Thank you.